In this video, we're going to be talking about Goku's Ultra Instinct form, and why it absolutely eclipses every transformation in Super we've seen so far, bringing us back to the good old days of DBZ. But before I go ahead and roll the intro, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Gregory Thomas for getting our nerd card question right. You were right, Greg. Vegeta is the MVP of the Tournament of Power. He has eliminated the most people. Good job, buddy. But let's go back to talking about Goku. What's up, YouTube? My name is Justin. This is the Den of Nerds, and today, everyone, we're going to be talking about Goku's new Ultra Instinct form. Now, I'm sure there are a lot of theories out there, a lot of speculations about Goku's new powers, but that is not what I'm here to talk to you about today. I am here to make the case to you that Goku's Ultra Instinct form is the best transformation we've seen throughout all of Super, and why it has completely and utterly succeeded in getting fans old and new excited about Super again. A big part of me making this case involves us going back in time, going back to Dragon Ball Z, and looking at some of the big transformations from there. I firmly believe that a lot of Ultra Instinct setup puts it on par with the original Super Saiyan transformation, as well as Gohan's Super Saiyan 2. And by comparing these scenes and talking about them, I'm hoping I can convince you too. So let's get started by looking at Super Saiyan. Now, Super Saiyan is a downright legendary transformation. Everybody who has watched Dragon Ball Z has this moment etched firmly in their mind. The flashes of lightning, Goku's anger, and the absolutely overflowing power affecting all of Namek makes this scene stand out and just feel incredibly raw and incredibly surprising. Goku's entire change in demeanor when speaking to Gohan lets us know that something has happened to him on a primal level. And then we have Frieza, who does the biggest part in setting up this transformation. Frieza, this villain who we've seen getting set up for so many episodes as this legendary evil fighter who cannot be stopped, being immediately overpowered and pushed back. Even his new full power form can barely scratch the surface of Goku. This fight is so one-sided throughout its entire duration that it can almost be considered comical. Seeing a villain we considered invincible up until this point, just being utterly destroyed, shows us that this new form means business. And this feeling was especially compounded upon when we first met Future Trunks. Super Saiyan still utterly decimates Frieza. This is the new pinnacle of power, and we've been effectively shown that through both the fights we've seen and even with Frieza and Vegeta hyping up this so-called legendary Super Saiyan form. Super Saiyan 2 just builds on this further. We've had an effective setup of Cell as an overwhelming villain just like Frieza. During all this time, Goku has been telling Gohan that there is further power he can unlock within him, with him ultimately trusting Gohan to fight Cell. When Gohan finally snaps and transforms, everything reaches that same fever pitch as it did with Frieza. Gohan completely overpowers this villain we've seen set up for episodes upon episodes. While Gohan does falter thanks to his newfound arrogance, he still manages to rally and effectively show this new power as a form that beats Cell. Again, the bar is set. And again, part of the reason this bar is set is because of the setup we've had between Goku, between Gohan, with Cell himself as a villain. Everything has led to this point in the story. Now let's talk about a problem that we've been having. Other forms in Super have just unfortunately lacked that same wallop. And I'd argue this is due to ineffective use of the villains in the arcs that they show up in, as well as general showcasing of the forms in their entirety. Beerus, for as strong as he is, barely gets a chance to demonstrate his power against Goku before he decides to stop fighting him. Add to that Goku just being so overwhelmingly outclassed by the end of it, and Super Saiyan God just sort of ends up falling flat as a form change, even though its ramifications on the entirety of Dragon Ball Super are staggering. Even the legend itself of the Super Saiyan God is just sort of dumped on us very quickly and is shown as coming very out of left field. There is none of that effective setup that we've gotten with the other forms I've mentioned. As far as Super Saiyan Blue goes, we don't even really get to see Goku and Vegeta achieve this new form. It's just sort of forced on the viewers as a surprise. There is little to no build-up to this form, nor a really effective villain to play off of, leading to a surprising transformation, considering we've seen Frieza before and have little to no build-up to this event itself happening. It's almost treated as a by-the-way kind of transformation against Frieza. And then the actual battle against Frieza, it's just really shown as a match for him most of the time. We know from the end of the fight that Goku and Vegeta could have just ended this battle against him at any time. And to me, that just seems as though it would have been a far more effective use of the form, rather than dragging out the fight to showcase something that ultimately falls flat on its face. To give a quick little aside to Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, it succeeds as a transformation more than either of these as a power-up for our hero, but unfortunately we just don't get to see a lot of hit leading up to this. We get that he's strong and are shown that very quickly, but there's just not a lot of effective setup for hit as an antagonist, no matter how much he deserves it. He's just sort of sitting on the bench for most of the time. We don't even really get to see him, so it's hard for us to really gauge and understand how big of a step this is for Goku, even though it is. But let's finally get to Jiren versus Goku and bring everything we talked about together. Jiren's setup throughout Super into this force of nature is incredibly well executed. First, we have Jiren presented to us as an aside by Toppo, someone who we already saw go toe-to-toe versus Goku and force him into max power. Then we just got a tiny glimpse of Jiren in episode 85's preview, and at the end of episode 95. After that, we really start to see Jiren go toe-to-toe with people in the Tournament of Power. His fight against Kale showcases his absolute dominance as he destroys, for all intents and purposes, Cannon Broly, like he's swatting a fly. We have the same thing shown with Majikaio, a monster that even gave the other Pride Troopers trouble, as Jiren destroys him without even making contact with his fist. Jiren is showcased both through the things other characters have said and his own actions as this truly monumental force of nature, this master martial artist. Then we have his fight against Goku. We just watch Goku cycle through every single form he has achieved so far, as well as achieving a new level of power with Kaioken Blue times 20. Even then, he is still unable to even scratch Jiren. But once Goku achieves Ultra Instinct, it is clear that a new level has been reached. Goku is able to push back Jiren. Goku can go toe-to-toe with Jiren. The other Pride Troopers? Nothing but flies to Goku. Goku and Jiren are the only two fighters worth noticing in the Tournament of Power right now. Every other fight stops. All eyes are on Goku and Jiren, and once Goku loses his new form, the previous status quo is quickly restored. Heap onto all of this that Ultra Instinct was already hinted at way back in Resurrection of Frieza, and you have a basis of legend established for this form, just like Super Saiyan. We have it ingrained in our heads, just like with Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2, that this power-up is absolutely necessary for our hero to triumph. And it succeeds by going back to what made Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2 succeed. We're given an effective antagonist. That antagonist's power is showcased alongside some excellent buildup of them as a true powerful villain and force of nature. We have a form that has been hinted at throughout the entire saga finally make an appearance. And this form is so groundbreaking and powerful that our hero mastering it is a necessity for his victory. That is why Ultra Instinct beats out Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue. That is why Ultra Instinct feels like such an exciting achievement. And that is why Goku finally mastering Ultra Instinct is something we, the viewers, so desperately want to see. It all lies in this effective setup we've been given, harkening back to the good old days of Dragon Ball Z. But I want to know, what do you all think? Are you as excited about Ultra Instinct as I am? Do you think it was presented in an effective way? And do you still think Goku can go beyond Ultra Instinct, incorporating Super Saiyan? Or has this form made Super Saiyan obsolete? Go ahead and let us know in the comments. And before we leave, let me go ahead and hit you all with our nerd card question. Since we're talking about forms, I considered this appropriate. How many different quote-unquote forms can a Saiyan achieve in the game Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2? I'll go ahead and give you guys a little hint. A form is any power-up that can alter your character's stats, and they're all independent of each other. If you all like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Dragon Ball Super content. We also have tons of other nerdy videos for you to check out as well. This is Justin from the Den of Nerds. I hope you're all having an awesome and nerdy day, and I'll catch you later.